Hello and welcome to another Hoodzpah Design Live. I'm your host, Amy Hood, and I am joined with Jose Sojo once again. Jose, it's almost been a year since you've been with us.
I know. It's incredible. Time
It's
flies.
crazy.
Time
Time
flies. Yeah.
flies. Time flies when you're having fun. And we've been having a blast. We've been branding satellites. We've been working on K-pop Demon Hunters for Netflix. I mean, the hits keep coming.
I know. I've been working on that case study and I can't wait for people to see that one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We have some of our studies in the chat, some of our faves. Kate Bachman, you know I'm talking to you. You know I'm talking to you. And
Mhm.
Hannah Smith, you know I'm talking to you. And Ronnie, oh, all the steadies. Victoria, Lindo, oh my gosh, the whole crew. The whole crew is here. Fob is rolling deep. Fob is rolling deep. What's up, Rachel? Rachel Farrelly, where are you at? Where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? It's so fun how these live streams just like it's like it unites us with our community in a way that we haven't been able to get to as many conferences this year. Although you went to one this last couple months and out in OKC, and that was super fun.
I know. I'm wearing
Yeah.
the jersey, by the way. And you're
Uh,
wearing some Lakers merch, right?
all
With
right, the
rivals.
rivalry, the rivalry. I can't believe you ditched us so quickly. One trip to Oklahoma City, and you ditched us for
I'm
the
sorry.
OKC Thunder. Oh my gosh, I know. It's
That did
like
it for me.
I don't blame you because like I mean they're the defending champs. It feels good to root for a winning team, and as a Lakers fan, I get it. But I'm hoping for a miracle. It's been an amazing NBA Finals, happy NBA Finals or happy NBA playoffs season to everybody who's celebrating. Who are you rooting for? Let us know in the chat. David's tuning in from South Dakota. Kate says Jose's wearing his uniform. Rachel's tuning in from New York, but actually they're in Fresno right now. Ooh, it's quite a difference. Fresno to New York, it couldn't be different, more different. Um, but yeah, it's happy NBA playoff season. So Jose, do you finally understand how the finals work with the series thing? It's like you play first to four, first to win four games, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, Jim was trying to explain that to me over text, and I think I understand it better. For everybody in the chat, a little bit of context. I'm a fake fan, okay? I don't follow the NBA. I just bought a jersey to go to OKC and then do my talk over there. And then I just became a fan because the team is winning, and obviously I have to pick a good team. But I feel like we should do a stream just for like picking logos based on vibes and then rank them, you know?
I
That
love
should
when
be
people
such a
do a
fun.
bracket. Oh, when they do a bracket and they rank the NBA logos, that's my favorite. Oh my gosh, Bulls number one. Bulls number also 76ers, close second. What's up to Alex Rinker? Alex is one of like my favorite designers, favorite friends. So talented. Rinker says, I'm in your basement trying to free the third hood triplet. She looks hungry. We have a running gag that the reason we get so much done is there's like a third hood triplet. And some say it's Josh Ariza. But they're in the basement and we're putting them to work. But yeah, Jose, you think you don't like the NBA now. You think you're just jumping in on a fun little trend. It's going to become an obsession. You're going to get
Is
into
it?
it. There's more fights than ever. The NBA is dirtier and scrappier than ever. It's amazing. I love that we're getting back to like rivalries, like Spurs versus Timberwolves, Denver versus Timberwolves, Laker.
We
Like
love the
it's just,
drama.
I love the drama. I love the drama. It's so much fun, and I love that like you can like when it's like a season like this, you can get on a client call and like everyone kind of is aware of like what's going on. There's like some sort of common point of conversation, which is just like I'm afraid of silence on phone calls. So for me, that's like really great.
That's how you break the ice with basketball comments.
Yeah, just like who's everyone rooting for? What do we think? Who's gonna win? Oh my gosh, what's up, Mount Yonder? We've got Carla in the house, Fuzzy Bison. Carla just helped us recently on a project for Nicolettos that we're very excited to share. I'm finishing up those files literally after this stream. But back to what we're doing today. Back to this YouTube channel. Basically, we are branding today, Jose, this channel, this show. It's called the Procrastination Design Hour, and it's where we take one thing on our Hoodzpah internal to-do list, something that we haven't had time to get to because we're doing client work constantly, and they always get first priority, as they should. And we just take the hour, we take the lunch hour, and we try to get something done on it, some progress made. And so we thought, if we're gonna actually do this show, we should actually give it like a logo. We should give it a brand. And I was like, Jose, do you want to do it? And you were like, yes.
Heck yeah, yeah.
So so that's what we're branding today. We are going to be working on mostly a logo design, right, Jose? What do you have planned for us for today?
I have picked some fonts. and it's gonna be fun to just like show you guys what I've been thinking about, like style wise, and also some sketches that I prepared ahead of time. I think some of them are gonna be fun. We already were thinking on some of the ones that we're locked in with, but always open to suggestions and like merging ideas and coming up with things as we go. So you're welcome to leave comments in the chat and let us know
Let
what you
us
feel
know,
like it could
chat.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. It's really fun like hearing like in real time feedback and like suggestions. I can't tell you how helpful it's been. So these live streams have been a blast for us as just like positive peer pressure to get these things done. So yeah, so let us know in the chat if you have any ideas. If we're doing anything wrong, if you love anything, let us know so we can like keep moving in that direction. So Jose, I'm going to start sharing your screen and you can kind
Sounds
of
good.
walk us through your ideas. Now, one thing that we had thought, Jose, was like we have two show idea names. One is the
Mhm.
Peer Pressure Design Hour, which is just using peer pressure for positive. Our friends are here watching us design. We have to finish something, it's good. The name is shorter, that's nice. But we also have the Procrastination Design Hour, which is great because this list is a list of things that we've procrastinated on, and I feel like everyone feels that, right? Like the thing that you keep putting off that you need to do. And I feel like there's just like innate understanding of what that show entails. So yeah, having kind of like done some type testing, what's like working, which one are you leaning towards, what are you feeling?
I think what's working is like chunky, bold, vintage type, like something coming out of the 80s. And that was the whole idea that I had for the logo too, like maybe a logo that is from like the 80s, something about broadcasting, like old TV, like CBS, PBS, some of that
Yes,
kind of
ooh, I love
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
So
loving I'm loving your sketches top middle, loving them.
top metal.
Top middle's so good.
I was trying to combine an idea with some eyes, because of the peer pressure. You have somebody watching you design and you feel the weight on your shoulders. You have
The
to come up with
hovering art
something good.
director. Yes.
Yes. It's like the eye is
I
always
love
watching
it.
you.
It's very Big Brother. It's very Big Brother in the best way.
It is. It is. And then I came up with some ideas of like, the Hoodzpah diamond that is inverted, and then maybe a bunch of eyes
Ooh.
because there's a lot of people watching.
Okay, I love
Maybe
that
like
one.
eyes with some waves. This one would be
Yes.
an easy one to execute. So we can
So
try
easy,
that
so
out.
bold. I could see that. Can't you just see that in one of those like logo minimalist like books or something? Like I can see it now. Okay, Ronnie Digital says, I don't have a PhD, but I do enjoy PDH, the peer pressure design hour, baby. That should be a bumper sticker. We need to start collecting these bumper stickers. I'm just gonna screenshot that. Ronnie, credit to you. Shout out to you.
I love that. I had another idea of like making the logo into, creating a character for the logo. I don't think this is gonna go anywhere, but they were still fun, and I put them in the Illustrator file so I could show everybody because I made this one that is like a chunky TV, one of the old ones, that were like really boxy,
Ooh,
and then it's
yes.
like holding the diamond, the Hoodzpah diamond on his finger, kind of like dominating it. This one is feeling the pressure. This little froggy character is like holding a pencil, but then is so nervous about like all the people watching. I thought it was cute and
That's
funny.
cute.
This one, maybe like you're not stressed about procrastinating, you're more like relaxing. And this little guy's like laying on a cloud, and then you got the clock ticking in the back, but you're not stressed about that because you're
You're not
confident, you got
worried.
it. Yeah,
You're
the
not
last
worried.
15 minutes are enough to finish whatever you're doing. So who cares? Um, and then I got this one that I thought it was funny too, but maybe it won't go in the logo. It's a little bit too complicated.
Right.
But I got
But it's
this
still a
guy in
fun
the middle.
concept. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I thought
fun.
it was fun. Just like people watching, like, are you gonna finish that now? Um, and then I was just like trying different arrangements and like different layouts with the type. Maybe we can
Okay.
abbreviate it by doing an acronym like PDH or PHTV, something a little bit more simple to pronunciate because procrastination is a long word. And then just trying different things with like maybe a clock, and then you got to narrow a point into it. Or maybe you
Mm-hmm.
got an arrangement for the type where it's centered, but then it's also like squashed in the middle. Or it could be something like pro from procrastination, but it's like the
Mm.
rest of the letters in the word is like
Ooh, it's like
below
a
that.
double entendre. It's like we're pros, but we also procrastinate. We contain
Yes,
multitudes. We are a dichotomy. Yeah, Jose, I
that's
just gotta say, there's
yeah.
so many good sketches here. Like, it's so
Mhm.
fun. I think my favorite thing of any project when I see someone share something on Instagram or Behance or wherever is like, I want to see the sketches. I want to see like what you explored, what corners you went to that didn't pan out. Like, this kind of thing is so fun, and that's why these live streams are so fun. Is like sharing the process, digging deep. Okay, so if I had to pick, and I will, if I had to, and I will, I'm loving the top row. The top row, hands down, is my favorite. I like
Opera.
how bold it
Yeah.
is. I love that it scales. I can see it like as our little, like maybe a little avatar if we wanted to. I can see pins. I can see merch. I can see T-shirts. I can see sweatshirts. And yeah, Lindo even said, "Gosh, you've got a solid starting point here, Jose," and I fully agree. And so did Kate. Everyone's loving it. Oop. Mount Yonder said, love it, love it. Yep, they're loving it. Okay, so I definitely agree. I think we lean into the top row for this hour, see how far we get, and let's just see how many concepts we can get fleshed out, and then we can have the chat vote, and we can kind of start honing in on the favorite.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Love it.
I think maybe I'll start with this one, which I feel like is
Obsessed.
one of the most solid ones. I love this
Yeah,
one because it's like it's giving you old TV logo vibes and it's got the eye watching. It's like, ooh, like I feel the pressure. It's also a show, so the concept is there. It's like headed
I
in the
love
right
it.
direction.
And I like yeah, like you said, I like the broadcast vibe. I like that it's or what would you call it? Like not perfectly. I feel like nowadays everyone's like the logo has to fit in a circle. It has to be perfectly like square because everything's like
Mhm.
social first now. And I like how this is like it's a little tall. It's a little like unexpected of a shape. Like it. Yeah, I like that it's a little bit unique and not perfectly like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's dynamic. It's dynamic.
it's dynamic. Okay, I'm gonna use I think for this one the repetition tool. What is it called? Like
Oh,
repeat tool,
mirror.
whatever it is.
It's mirror, right?
Yeah, repeat. It's so this one for whoever doesn't know, like you can repeat shapes inside Illustrator in a radial pattern, grid, or mirror pattern. And that's really handy for doing like symmetrical logos. I know that I can build a half left and then the half right will be replicated when I use that tool. So if you don't know it, I highly recommend like using it from whenever you're doing symmetrical logos. So it'll save you a lot of time. The only downside I'll say when we were building the a couple logos that we were working on is that when you're finished with the logo, you have to take it outside of the repeat functionality or whatever that's called. It's like it's inside of a mask, so you have to expand it and take the vectors out. That's the only
It's
downside. But
And it's
yeah,
kind of a
that's
nightmare too, because you kind of have to like recreate it because it like leaves all the junk in there. Do you kind of know what I
yes.
mean?
Yeah, you have to use a pathfinder to like clean it up, but yeah, it's
Adobe,
the
Adobe, if you're watching, please make an expand like option from the mirror tool. Wouldn't that be amazing? Like you can just expand it as it's previewing.
mhm.
That would be
That's the
good. That would be
only
handy.
Yeah, the only downside, I do find this option here. What is it called? It's called inside the Pathfinder, it's called trim, and it'll cut everything the way it's looking like at the moment. So if you have shapes behind of like a rectangle or something, it'll completely merge everything together, and it'll like for most of the times it'll preserve the shape and the way that it's looking like.
And even
So
if you have like, even if everything's like not one shape, like even if you have something that's like a white shape on top of a black shape and you only want the black shapes, do you know what I mean?
mhm. Yeah, hmm,
Does it works? Really? Oh,
yeah, I
okay. I
think
gotta try
so.
this. Yeah.
Sometimes it fails to like merge it together because the shapes can be in like different layers, but you gotta like be cleaning up your file constantly so it works properly.
Okay.
So usually what I do is like start with a shape. Anything, honestly, anything can work. I usually use like a bright color just so I can see whatever I'm doing better. And then I go to object and then repeat and then mirror. And
Okay,
then
right.
it like reflects the whole thing. And then here you have to be I know that when you do it backwards, like if you move the shape inside, it'll disappear everything. Like if you started, just so you know, like if you started it like
Mm.
this and you want to move the shape to the other side, it'll disappear. So make sure that you have it, reflecting the right side so you can kind of hide or hide whatever you don't want it to show on the logo sketch. But Yeah, just a little tip because I used to have issues with that before and I didn't know why. Um, okay, so I feel like the eye I can build myself because there's actually a pretty clever way of doing it in a very
Just
symmetrical way
circle
that yeah.
100%. Just get that shape tool out there.
Yeah, so I'll start with the would you call this an antenna or is it called a different thing?
Yeah, like an antenna tower. Yeah, I would call
Mhm.
it that. I also
Okay.
love like this old infrastructure. Like Mount Yonder said, love the towers. It's giving Atari vibes, which totally love it. Love the dynamic quality of that. That's so good. Um, but yeah, I love like old infrastructure. Like in here in California, they started taking all of the above ground telephone poles, like those old classic wooden telephone poles down in my neighborhood and putting everything underground. And I was honestly devastated to lose the telephone poles. It's just like the palm trees, the telephone poles, like it's so quintessentially Southern California. And I was like, oh no, it's gonna be like too clean, too pristine. I don't like when things are like too bougie, too clean. I like a little grit, I like a little grit in my city.
Yeah, me too. I like a little personality.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna
exactly. I
start.
think this is like totally the easiest way to do the eye. Yeah.
The eye probably would have to be a little bit bigger because I think it's gonna get lost if I leave it the way it is right now. But I'm gonna start testing things and see how it feels.
Yeah, for sure. Kate asked, do you guys have those tree poles? We have those, and we have palm tree ones. We have like, it's like man made palm trees that are actually cell towers. And yeah, they're so funny. I actually kind of do love them. They crack me up. Nettie Bo says, come to Philly. Nettie, did you know that Jose is in Philly? Literally in Philly as we speak. He is our East Coast side of Hoodzpah.
Oh no, we got a Philly native. I can't be showing up with the Oklahoma Thunder jersey on the stream.
Oh no, you're supposed to be rooting for the 76ers.
I'm gonna get in trouble. They actually made it to the playoffs. I didn't
I
think
know.
that they were gonna make it.
Yeah. I know they upset the Knicks, or sorry, the Celtics, right? Like,
Yep.
I think that's so exciting. I love an underdog story. I love people coming, against all odds from behind to upset whoever's supposed to win. That's like the best. That's the best part of sports. Is like you just never know what's gonna happen.
Who's the Lakers rival? Because usually you have like a team that is got
Yeah.
beef with another team, right?
Oh, I think everybody used to love to hate the Lakers. Like it's just kind of admitted that like kind of like how if you don't live in California, you kind of hate it because you hate us because you ain't us. I don't know. That's what people say. That's what people say. But it's easy to hate. Honestly, we have so much star power, and it feels like a lot of the cards fall in our favor a lot.
Mhm.
But the big rivalry, Jose, is Celtics Lakers. It goes back decades. It's a historic rivalry. It's one of those things like a family rivalry where you don't even know why everyone's mad at each other. It's like we haven't seen each other in the playoffs since like Kobe and Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, which was like 15 years ago, maybe less, but very fun. Matt Russo says, boo, OKC. See, Matt, I'm with Matt. OKC are the new villains. I feel like the villains used to be kind of like the Lakers and the Celtics because it's like big city teams, all the money, all the star power. Everybody loves to hate them because they've got, all the cards. But now it's OKC, man. It's just like Lou Dort out there playing dirty basketball. And I feel like everyone's tired of it. Everyone's tired of it.
I saw some people complaining that SGA used to get like so many free throws for whatever
Yeah.
reason. Like, is that true?
Oh man, literally every time someone plays OKC, they complain about the refs and how SGA and that team just can like do whatever they want and never get fouls called, and how everyone gets fouls called on them for guarding them. It's like a big.
Mm.
It's so weird though. I'm like, surely I don't know. I think they just know how to work the system, and that's obnoxious. It's like that's why I kind of love Wemby and the Spurs. So Wembenyama is that huge 7'9" guy that plays for the Spurs, who's like his logo is literally an alien because he does look like an alien. And he said live on air, told everyone that they play unethical basketball, and I think that's so amazing that he called them out like that.
Whoa,
Ah.
that is something.
Oh, this is great. Don John says, I think the Celtics upset the Celtics. Like, the 76ers had nothing to do with it. The Celtics Celtic'd the Celtics. That's amazing. Don, isn't that interesting too? Because, like, so Houston, huge series loss. They were supposed to win against the Lakers. They didn't. And same with Celtics. And both of them had coaches of the year. And I'm just like, oh man, that's like, I guess being coach of the year is like kiss of death. You're going to go into the playoffs and absolutely choke. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Kind of like the Bills. I don't know if they got the coach of the year, but they were like one of the favorites, and they just like absolutely choked the playoffs.
Oh no. I don't watch football as much. My dad watches it and I need to start watching it because it's like he loves it. It's just like fun to be able to chat, chat teams with your family and your pops.
It
He's a
is,
big
yeah.
Ravens fan. Okay, Hannah says, Jose, please watch Winning Time. Hannah, I could not agree more. That show is incredible. Have you seen that,
Winning
Jose?
time?
Winning Time on HBO, the commercials for it or anything?
No, I haven't watched that. What's that
Oh,
about?
it's okay. So it's by Adam McKay, who I think Hannah, correct me if I'm wrong, is the guy who did Bridesmaids. Like I think he's the writer of Bridesmaids. Ooh, let me look it up. I'm probably spreading misinformation accidentally. Adam McKay. What did he do? Okay, Anchorman. He did Anchorman, Step Brothers, Don't Look Up, The Big Short, Vice. So like hit after hit, right? Adam McKay. He's best friends with Will Ferrell, and they used to have a production company together. Well, Will Ferrell wanted to play Jerry Buss, the old owner of the Lakers, and Adam McKay didn't want him to play it, and he wanted John C. Riley to play it and him instead. And they had a friendship business breakup over this
Oh
show.
no.
Isn't that
No way.
devastating?
That is tragic. I hate that.
Oh, the drama, the drama. And then the show ended up getting canceled after 2 seasons, which is honestly so sad because it was a really good show. They had like Adrian Brody playing Pat Riley. They had, John C. Riley playing Jerry Buss. Who else? Just like total all-star cast. I'm totally blanking now. I can't even think of it. But yeah, super good. Matt Russo says, gotta say, John C. was prime Jerry. I agree, Matt. I think honestly, it was the right decision. It was the right decision to make. But it's sad that business and Hollywood could end a friendship. That makes me sad.
Aren't you watching how's that going? I was gonna ask about the Star Wars shows that you're watching. You're watching the
I
movie, not the
am.
shows, right?
We're doing the movies, but I think what we're gonna
Okay.
do is I, it's I don't know why, but I've seen all the Star Wars movies like pretty much. They come out, you see them when they come out. There's the lore, everybody talks about them, but I had never really watched them in order, and I honestly could not have told you the plot line to save my life, and I still couldn't tell you the plot line of Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, like the nitty gritty. The Lord of the Rings, something about a ring, but like the nitty gritty details, very vague, very vague. But yeah, so we decided, me and my little sister B, who had never really seen any of them, we were like, let's do a marathon, let's rewatch them, let's see if we can like watch them in order and like really like enjoy them the way they're meant to be enjoyed. And surprising to no one, we're loving them. It's amazing. It's so fun, especially because we worked with ILM and we kind of like, I have so much lore now into like how they made things and like watching Light and Magic and how seeing just like how these effects were made back in the day. And like literally seeing names of people that we got to interview for ILM, like in the credits, is
That's awesome.
unreal. It feels so cool. And I still can't believe we got to be a part of that in like a super small way when we got to rebrand ILM. But yeah, rewatching them, it's been amazing. My favorite is episode 7, hands down, up to this point. We've only got through episode 7, but it's so good. It's the one with Kylo Ren and Rey. I don't know if you remember it, but it's the one where
Hmm.
Finn, the stormtrooper, he kind of like he turns from the dark side, decides he wants to go out on his own, and he keeps trying to grab Rey's hand. He keeps trying to like grab her hand to like help her out of situations, and she's like, "Stop holding my hand!" I don't know why, but the whole movie is explained in that, and it's just so fun. Uh,
I love Rogue One. I think that's my favorite. I
Rogue
think
One
the
is so
Kylo Ren
good.
ones were like very controversial. A lot of people, like OG fans, didn't like them for whatever reason.
What?
They thought that the story
Why?
went a different way. I
To
don't know.
me,
I think
they.
it's like I don't know.
What
It's
was
like
it?
people are. I think they're sentimental and they
Yes.
like the way that the old movies were made. And
But it's
I
like
just feel like whatever you do is going to be difficult to please them. You know.
that's so true. It's like don't let nostalgia ruin your good time. Like go in with no expectations. I feel like nowadays, like I don't know what it is, but, and also shout out to Hannah and Kate Bachman saying super small way, because I was like, we got to be a part of ILM in a super small way, and it was a small way compared to what they do. But we designing the logo and the brand for ILM really did. That was like, I'm never gonna stop talking about that. That's like that'll be my favorite thing to talk about till the day I die. It was just like so fun to be able to talk shop with those people and do the discovery and just like dive into like tell me everything, but under the guise of work was like the best, the absolute best. Oh my gosh. Scandinative, what's up, Veda, says they're Puritans. That's why they didn't like it. And I do think like nowadays with TikTok, like I feel like every time a movie comes out, someone immediately is on TikTok being like, I didn't like it, or like that this movie doesn't work because of A, B, or C. And they're already like framing the narrative of the movie before the masses even have the time to like go out and enjoy it and create their own opinion for themselves. Like I have all these opinions in my head before I can even go and see a movie. And I feel like I just hate that. I hate that about like ingesting like film and TV these days. Like I feel like I already have an idea going in.
Yeah, we forgot to enjoy things with the internet. I feel like everything is just based on somebody else's opinion and not necessarily on you watching the thing. And it happens with like
Yeah.
everything now, like
It happens with
books,
everything.
games. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many books I've bought because I saw something on TikTok that was like, this book is so, exciting and this and that. And then it's like, not even that interesting, not even that great. And then books that everyone's like, oh, this sucked, this is terrible. And then I read it and I'm like, this was amazing. This is like my favorite thing ever. But yeah, it is funny. Okay, Rinker says, new ones are trash. Rogue One is the best. New Blood gets it. That's hilarious. It is funny.
That's
It's like, yeah, I do love Rogue One. I think we're going to be found like a chart. Somebody on the internet, there's so many really diehard Star Wars fans, and bless them, because they made a chart of like what order you're supposed to watch them in order for like the plot line to make sense, like in chronological order. So I think we're gonna like pick it up based on that and try to like actually watch in an order so that we can understand the plot line better. Because we're like the Resistance, the First Order, the stormtroopers, and this and that. It's like it's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot to keep up with.
it's a lot. There's a lot of lore. But that's such a good idea though, to have a guide that can tell you like which one you have to start with to be
I
able
know,
to
it's so
understand the
fun.
story better. That's super helpful.
I just love super fans and what they're willing to do for us on the internet. It reminds me of, remember how Rolling Stone used to do the top 100 albums of all time? Can you imagine having the gall, the bravado, the confidence to say that you know the top 100 albums of all time in all of music history, and then to take the time to like rank them? That would take me my whole life.
I know. It's a big feat.
I feel like Rubber Soul is always number one. Beatles Rubber Soul is like almost always number one. They never put Led Zeppelin high enough. Also, that I always have a beef to pick on that. Okay.
That I always go back to this tribute video. Everybody needs to go on YouTube and find this. It's like basically, I think it was the ladies from Heart, the guitarist and the singer. They do a tribute at
Yes,
the Kennedy Center, and
that
they
was
were all
iconic.
like sitting, crying. Have you seen that one?
It's so good, and they're doing it to Robert Plant and Jimmy Page in the gallery. Oh my
Yep,
gosh, so good. Her voice is so next level good. It's like unreal. Hart is so talented. They don't get enough credit. Yeah, they don't get
I
enough credit.
know.
Okay, Veda says Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. Veda, before I had watched episode 7, that was my favorite too. The plot like skips along, and I used to be like Rinker, where I was like the 2000s ones from when I was growing up, the ones with like Hayden Christensen. I used to think they were trash. I was wrong. Rinker, go back and watch them. I was wrong. First of all, Hayden Christensen is a total babe in them. Number one, they had me rooting for the dark side. They had me rooting for the dark side. I was like, this poor guy is like literally just wants love and acceptance, and they are like isolating him and they are radicalizing him. But I thought the pacing on Revenge of the Sith was like really good. It really skipped along. It was like everything happened super quick. It was like the plot line made perfect sense. It was pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I like the ones that are funny. Okay,
I
Adigan says Rogue One is the best. Apparently, Jose, everyone's agreeing with you. Everyone, big Rogue One is definitely the one. Yeah,
have you seen that one, Amy, or you have yet to get
I
to that one?
I saw it like probably when it first came out, but I honestly, again, I can't remember the plot line. I can't remember. I know it's got Felicity Jones in it, And she, to
Hmm.
me, her and Daisy, I think the Daisy Ridley, if that's her name, from Ray, they look so similar. And then again, Natalie Portman, Keira Knightley, I'm like, George Lucas has a type, or the casting director for Star Wars has a type. Beautiful pixie brunette woman, and I get it. But yeah, it's hard to keep them all straight.
Yeah, I think this is post the Star Wars sale though. So I don't think it was Lucas picking the
It's like
cast.
I think he was still right. I think Kathleen Kennedy does the new ones. She does the new casting picks, although I might be wrong on that. But yeah, okay, made by Marcus. What's up, Marcus? Said don't sleep on Clone Wars. We might end up getting into the animated series as Marcus is because we're really trying to watch all of them and like we're honestly enjoying the lore now. Now we're deep in the lore. We have like a drinking game like how long will it take for someone to say I have a bad feeling about this, and I just love that line is included in every single movie. It's like before Taylor Swift in the 1975 were dropping Easter eggs, George Lucas knew how to drop a little Easter egg that the true fans would be so excited to hear every movie. And yeah, I just love it. It's so fun.
Yeah,
Adigan says Clone Wars literally made Star Wars the legend it is. Fight me. Wait, is that number? Okay, wait. Now, is Clone Wars, is that the fourth, like the middle 2000s one? I'll look it up. You're like busy designing. You're doing the thing
yeah,
that we're
no,
supposed to be
I'm
doing.
trying to think. No, it's fine. I'm trying to think if they're talking about the animated series because
Oh,
there's
it's an
like a
animated
really
series.
old. Yeah, that's it's canon. It's part of the lore, but I don't remember when it came out, and I don't know what order it follows, like compared to the movies.
Jose, are you a secret? You said it's canon. Are you a secret like Star Wars mega fan?
No, I'm not, but I do enjoy them.
It's
I
fun.
like to
Yeah.
watch them occasionally, just like Harry Potter,
Oh,
and
they're
sort
so
of.
fun. They're so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Carla saying, Granny over here, Return of the Jedi forever. That's so funny. Exactly, Carla. I agree. I think I have new appreciation for the 2000s ones. Those came out when I was like young, and I remember those coming out and everyone being obsessed with it and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we have, what's up, Brandy Bingham? Welcome. And then Ronnie says, I love watching the movies, but I just forget about all the storylines. That's me too. Like, it's fun to watch, but
Mhm.
then you leave and you're like, what's happening? What did we just watch? What's going on here?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It is entertaining, but I feel like when they started expanding the universe, like with latest one, they brought Obi-Wan and they made his own show. I feel like that was a
Oh,
little bit forced. I was
right.
like, you're playing the
Okay.
nostalgia card and it was not the best use of it. I feel like
Okay.
you could have done something better with it.
But I loved Andor though. I loved Andor. That's what made me start getting back into Star Wars. Was I was like Andor was phenomenal. Of course, it's
Yeah.
the guy who did Michael Clayton, which is like amazing movie. What's his name? Andor. His name is who's it by? Tony Gilroy. And I think he also did Born. Like imagine getting Tony Gilroy. Let's see what else he did. Okay, yeah, Michael Clayton. Oh my gosh, he did Rogue One. So he did one of the best Star Wars according to everyone in the chat. He did the Bourne
Nice.
Legacy, the Bourne Ultimatum, Andor. Yeah, the Bourne Identity. He did all the Bournes.
Wow. Those
Tony
are good
Gilmore,
movies, by the way. Good action
Tony
movies.
Gilroy. Sorry, those are so good. Yeah, those are some of my favorite action movies. So Jen, co-founder of Hoodzpah, who we wish would be on the stream more, but she doesn't like to share her process. We'll get her on here one day. We'll get her on here one day, Jose. But Jen has taken up screenwriting as her offline hobby, and she's writing an action movie, and it's so good. It literally has you on the edge of your seat when you read it, which is insane for like reading a script because scripts are pretty bare bones. Like it's not like a novel. Like it's kind of like so and so enters stage left, that kind of stuff. Like very bare bones. But like it's so good, and I'm like, Jen, you're gonna sell a script. Like I'm convinced Jen is gonna sell a script. It's so fun.
I have the fear that she's gonna go into screenwriting and is gonna leave us here at Chutzpah.
I
Just
know,
just
just
you,
me and you to
me.
run Hoodzpah with B and art, just like us fending for
Yeah.
ourselves. Oh, that's so funny.
Don't leave us,
Okay,
Jen.
Corex Gallery says, I watched Phantom Menace 3 times in theaters. No shame. I love that. I love like the thing that you grew up with that you were so obsessed with. You saw it a million times. Like when I was growing up, everyone was obsessed with Titanic. Like all my friends were going to the theaters like 4 and 5 times. It wasn't for me. I hated rom-coms back then. Any kind of romantic movie I hated. I thought it was so lame. But anyway, looking back, I was wrong. Of course, Titanic's amazing movie. Santos says Jar Jar Binks broke the new Star Wars. So sad. Oh man, I feel bad for that guy. I feel so bad for that guy because he was just doing what George Lucas told him to do. But yeah, I love that there's a new generation of people that love Jar Jar Binks and are like, there's like a new fandom just for him, which is like kind of fun. I feel like that poor guy. Let's
He
see.
did what he was supposed to be doing.
He
Do a
did what he was supposed to be doing.
silly
And he was
character.
because apparently what George Lucas asked him to do, if you watch Light and Magic, which is such a good little documentary series about like the behind the scenes of making those movies, like even if you don't
Mhm.
like Star Wars, it's like anybody that's like interested in like creativity and craft, it's so fun. But he was like, apparently he told the guy who did Jar Jar to do like Harry or oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Charlie Chaplin style, like physical comedy. And it's like when you think about it like that, you're like, oh, he was doing exactly what he was supposed to do, which is like physical comedy. But it just didn't hit right. It kind of felt like it was in a different movie, didn't it? But they sorted it out in the next two. Okay, Marcus says, whoa, screenwriting? I know. Marcus, it's exciting. Like I know I'm biased because I love Jen and I think she's super talented, but like it honestly, it's really good what she's doing. She's in this screenwriting group with our friend and his name is Tom Vaughn. If you're interested in screenwriting, he has an amazing course. Like he sold movies, he's written a lot of scripts that have gotten sold. Even when you sell a script in Hollywood, sometimes it still doesn't get made. It just like a studio will just buy it and like shelve it. But if you're interested in screenwriting, he just has a phenomenal course. I'll link it in the show notes for sure. Oh, and then we get Jar. Marcus said Jar Jar is a secret Sith Lord. That's so. I would love to hear fan fiction about that. That's a really funny. That's amazing. KK Tammy says, how did Jen get into screenwriting? Did she join a course? Yeah, so she joined a course with our friend Tom Vaughn, who we just were friends with on TikTok. Like, I just love movies. I love, like, how movies are made. I'm fascinated by it. We get to do a little work in the industry, and it's just, like, such an amazing thing how much has to go right to make a movie at all, and then to make a good movie. It's, like, 1 in a million chance. Like, the fact that movies are even good, let alone great, is like amazing once you kind of see how much it takes to make a movie. So anyway, Tammy, we just have always loved movies, and Jen loves writing, and she's a really good writer. She did most of the good writing in our book, Freelance and Business and Stuff, and she polished up all my writing along with our amazing editor, Jenny Ely. Shout out to Jenny Ely. Jenny Ely, we actually met through Industrial Light and Magic. She works at ILM, and she's a phenomenal writer and production assistant. And we got her to edit our book because she's been getting into book editing more. And she made the book so much better. Like, having a good editor is just like, if you want to be a good writer, you have to be a good editor. And I'm not. So having Jenny there was amazing. So yeah, shout out to Jenny Ely. Santos says, Mandalorian, so good. Spaghetti Western sci-fi, what a genre. I love that. That's so it. Yeah, and shout out to Hannah Smith, because Hannah and Jesse from Trust did Quill and Cauldron, Jenny Ely's editing company. They did her website with us. We did the brand, and they did the website, and it was like, oh, it turned out so beautiful. I can't wait to share that work. I'm so behind on sharing our work, but I'm really excited for that.
I love that little logo, by the way, the little bird with the
The little
cauldron.
crow. That was
Mm-hmm.
like when she told me what she wanted to do. She was like, I want to do dark academia. And let me see if I'll link it in the chat because I want you all to see Quill and Cauldron. Quill Cauldron editing. Because we got to do the brand and Tress got to do the website. And Jenny has impeccable taste. And this is a testament to you're only as good as a creative as your client's like creativity or open mind. Because if you have a
Mm-hmm.
client who's constantly like doing the safe bet, constantly like reining it in, or constantly just kind of like second guessing you at every turn, like you're just not going to have a good creative output. So when we launch a successful project at Hoodzpah and people are like, oh, this turned out amazing, like all I can always think is like, I'm so thankful that our clients trust us and trust the process and dreamed with us and like approved this, because really the hardest part is getting good work approved, right? Like you can have the best ideas, but if your clients don't trust you, like it's nothing. It goes in the bin, in the drawer of unchosen concepts that no one ever gets to see. Okay, Jose, walk us through a little bit of what you're doing. It looks like you're iterating. It looks like you're iterating on your theme. We've got one radio tower on the left, which I'm loving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm trying this one that is a little bit chunkier on the base, and it's kind of giving me Atari vibes. So I don't know if it's
Hmm.
gonna work. I think maybe we should stick to this one. But I was
I think
also
you're
playing
right.
around with the vaults. Yeah, you see the Atari too?
Yeah. You know what we could
Hmm.
do, Jose? I'm really loving the one on the left, but what if we thicken up all the strokes and make the eyeball a little bigger?
Okay.
Like if you option drag one, keep that one as is because I don't want to like. You just never know. I'm a big make a copy person because
We got to
and
do
it.
the Draplin method.
Ooh, the arrows. He's such a genius. He's such a genius.
He also like clicks and drags every time to the right and creates a
That's
new
what I
copy.
do.
He's like, vectors are
Yes.
free, what he says.
Vectors. He couldn't be more right because the minute you edit the original, the minute you realize that the old version was better and you can't Command Z back enough. And that's a
Hmm.
devastating realization.
It's
Kevin
even more
Levine,
devastating when you wake up the next morning and you're like, I thought that was trash and it was
you
actually good.
you look at it fresh and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, that's so true. That's so true. Kevin Levine says, Jose, check out album artwork for The Lightning Bolt by Pearl Jam. Okay, let me look this up. Pearl Jam. Lightning bolts?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. Gosh, I wonder who designed this because this looks like it could be Ty Matson. Shout out to Ty Matson. Matson Design Studio is here in Orange County with us. They're based in San Juan Capistrano, and they do the most phenomenally gorgeous illustration and brand work. They did work for Wicked, they did work for F.A. Schwartz, like every fun illustrated brand that you love, CBS, Lost. Matson Creative has had a hand in it. They're so talented. But yeah, I love that vibe. It's almost like mid-century illustration, very Eames kind of feeling. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
It was
neat.
very geometric too. That's
Yeah.
what we're going for.
Matt Russo says, took the words right out of my mouth. And I'm guessing he's saying about like, shout outs to the clients. Shout outs to the clients that let us like dream big and make something exciting and creative and beautiful and maybe don't go with the exact safest, option. It's like to some degree you want it to be kind of expected in a way if especially if you're selling something, right? It's like it needs to be in the realm of play that people sort of expect, although even that is not always true. I'm thinking of like Dave's awesome bread. Have you ever seen that in the food aisles? It's
No,
the
I
most
haven't.
it's a bread made fully of like nuts and it's the crunchiest granoliest bread you've ever had, but they have the most hilarious branding, and when you go through the bread aisle everything's very like artisanal or like so kind of it feels like rustic and authentic Italian, that kind of thing, or it's very like generic kind of like mass consumer, bright colors, Wonder Bread, that sort of thing. And then there's Dave's Hannah Smith loves Dave's is like an illustration of a guy with long hair and a guitar and like big muscles, and it's all hand drawn, and it's kind of like clearly this is Dave the owner. Like it's just so funny. And every time I see the truck unloading, it just cracks me up, and I'm just like, I've tried it and it's not good. They actually convinced me to try it just because the branding was so cute, and I didn't like it, but I still love the brand. And Marcus Sonyat says, Dave's is a good way to choke on some carbs. And that's so it. It's so crunchy. It's so crunchy. Mord says Dave's has killer branding. Terrible taste. LOL. I kind of agree. But I'm not super healthy. I'm in fact quite, I would say, unhealthy. So that might be a me problem. Matt Russo says, haha, it's insane branding. It really is. And sometimes that is the move, right? Stand off the shelf. I love what Mike Smith said on a podcast one time. He said, we love, and that's Mike Smith of Smith and Diction. Everyone knows, I don't need to say it. But anyway, he said, we like to be work with brands that are in the disruptor mode, and not even in a way of like Silicon Valley, more in a way of like, if they're entering into a market that is fully saturated and they're the underdog, so they can't play it safe and do the same graphic style or the same aesthetic that everyone else is doing because they wouldn't stand out. So they actually have to do something completely disruptive and unique with the imagery, something completely unhinged and new, or they won't be able to stand out at all. And so Smith and Diction loves working with those brands because it's an amazing creative exercise for them, right? And I think that's such a case for working with smaller companies. We still love working with smaller companies. We have our amazing clients like Netflix, Gap, Disney, you know, all that sort of thing, Sonos, and we love working with them. That's like so rewarding because you get to see your work on this massive scale. But there is nothing like working with a smaller brand who's like, let's do something insane to stand out. And you really get to dream big, and it's such a big, like, impactful thing for them. Like as humans, like they're able to feed their family, create jobs in their community. Like it's just rewarding on a level that's like totally different.
Do you feel like Nicoletto's is one of those clients, or
I was just That's
they're
exactly who I was thinking of, Jose. It's like
right?
they have two locations, they're opening a third, and it's like they're employing all these musicians in Nashville. A lot of the people that work for them or that used to work for them are like Nashville, like guitar techs or touring guitarists or session artists that, you know, they work half the year on the road and then the other half of the year they have to have something to like pay the bills. And I just think that's so cool. And they're also just making this amazing product that has now completely blown up. They're in like gourmet shops like all over the United States now. And it's like they just started as like two brothers who used to be in bands that love Italian food and wanted to make like authentic Italian food in Nashville. And that's just like so cool. It's just so cool.
Yeah, it's incredible. I remember when they asked us to do the little trailer that they were going to use to sell food with, and
Yeah,
it was like
that's
just like
right.
the craziest ideas. It's like we want to put something on the roof that is like lighting up. Maybe it says pasta. I know I don't
Yeah.
can't remember what was the second idea, but they're like up for anything. You know, they're like suggest whatever you want.
Totally. And it's a bummer because that one we ended up losing time on. We were like, we just need to finish something for now. And I have a feeling we'll roll out a V2. But even the V1 that was like much more limited in scope was still so fun. Like
Mhm.
they totally dreamed big. Like you can see that truck coming down the road from a mile away. Like it's like a big billboard on wheels. Yeah, it's so fun.
I think the back said something like, "I don't give spaghetti at red lights" or something like that. I
That
don't
was
stop for
Jose.
yeah.
That was your genius copy. That was such fun. Yeah, that was a fun one. Nicoletto's is cool too because Nashville, Music City, they used to work in the music industry. So like they did a pasta making event and Chris Carrabba was there from Dashboard Confessional. And if Justin Wiener sits in the chat, I know he's going to be dying inside a little bit that he wasn't there. But like I grew up listening to Dashboard, loved Dashboard, big emo kid. The fact that they're just like they just have like all these people from bands just like show up for pasta is just like it's just endlessly cool to me. Rambling Crow says, finishing off my sandwich made with Dave's bread while everyone's hating on it. It's kismet. It's kismet. Kevin Levine says, I love Dashboard. Oh my gosh, Kevin, me too. I was a big like early Dashboard. I like Swiss Army Romance and Places You Have Come to Fear the Most. What's your favorite album? And Kevin, I'm not gonna lie, I was painting this weekend. I've gotten back into painting, my original love, the reason I got into graphic design, art. And I was listening to Dashboard, and it was hitting in all the right spots. It's still so good. Okay, Kevin, you're speaking my language. Kevin says, "Don't sleep on Further Seems Forever." Further Seems Forever was my OG. Oh man, I loved that album. The Moon Is Down is still like one of my most listened to this day. Jose, did emo make it to Venezuela when you were growing up? I know you're like a
It
lot younger
did.
than me, but okay, it did.
Yeah, it was a universal phenomenon, I feel like.
Emo,
Yeah, I
no
used to listen
corner.
to
What did you listen to?
I used to listen to Paramore and like what is it? Fall Out Boys, Blink
Fall Out Boy. Yep.
182. Yeah, like all the
That
classics.
millennium, that new
Hmm.
millennium. What would that be called? I
Linkin
would call that
Park.
like radio emo because that stuff was everybody liked that. Even like it was very mainstream in the best way. Like that's when everyone was emo kid at that time.
Yeah. I do you like Paramore or is not like
I
a
liked
band that
Paramore.
you
Yeah, I liked Paramore.
okay.
For some reason, I didn't get into it as much like when I was younger, but I've slowly kind of come to realize, you know, how, like for some reason in your friend circle, like you just never picked up on a certain band. Like we never
Hmm.
listened to Brand New, and that was like a big one for a lot of emo kids. We never listened to Paramore. I don't know why. We just had like our stuff that we listened to, and for some reason we never got into those, and I don't know why.
Yeah. I like their old stuff. I feel like right now the music that they have is a little too playful for me. It's not my vibe. I don't know why. It's
Okay,
just I know it's good. It's just
Yeah.
like not my type.
Isn't that funny when you're like, arguably this is good, it's just not for me. Marcus says,
Hmm.
let's go, Jose. We know Marcus is a big Paramore fan. I know Marcus is a Paramore fan.
Yeah.
Marcus Marcus did karaoke emo. Marcus, remind me, was it emo night? There's this thing here that travels around based in LA. It's called emo night. And they do like karaoke sing-along nights for emo. And they also do like shows and stuff. And it's become like this huge like community group. I think it's so cool that these emo kids like somehow made their high school love, their college love for music like into a career. That's one cool thing about like Los Angeles and Southern California area is like people are like, I can make a job out of anything. Like I can figure out how to monetize this and like also build a community around this. It's kind of cool. Mord says, Mord says, I had Haley William hair in high school. Oh my gosh, B, you did.
Yeah,
You did.
I
That's
can, if
so
there's
funny.
anyone that will have Haley Williams hair, would be B.
And Skinner
She's
Native said, me and you, B, me and you. That's so funny. I do remember. I could never pull that stuff off. I was like, I just couldn't do it. The scene hair, the emo hair. That's so funny. Skinner Native says, flyleaf. Yeah. Oh man. I feel like emo's kind of making a comeback. I feel like we talked about this last time, but yeah, I feel like it's kind
Mhm.
of making a comeback. Another if since we have a lot of emo leaning people, emo originating people in the chat. I've been listening to this guy called Wes Parker. Everyone Google Wes Parker. I feel like he needs to blow up. If you like Radiohead, if you like like kind of like Midwest emo, if you like even like the 1975 like that kind of like alternative like pop, you're going to love Wes Parker. It's so good. It's so good and he's also absolutely hilarious on TikTok. He's one of those musicians that actually became more of a comedian on TikTok just through like probably trying to promote his music. But yeah, it's so good. Definitely look it up. What are you listening to these days, Jose?
A little bit of Haley Williams. She just dropped a new album, and I like a couple of the songs. I've been listening to a band that's called South Arcade, and it's also like rock, but also very like young rock. I don't know how to describe it. It's like they're trying to bring back that nostalgia look. They actually
Like,
have like
are they trying to
the
bring back like
funniest video.
classic rock? Like, what would you compare it to? Like Journey? Is it like 80s rock or is it like Led Zeppelin? Like 70s,
No, I think
60s rock?
no, I was describing it wrong. It's definitely not classic rock. It's more like, yeah, Fall Out Boys and
Okay.
Linkin Park and like maybe like how do you call that? Like fast rock? I don't know the genres. I
Yeah, what
always
would that
listen
have been
to.
called? This is what I call it, hot topic rock. Is that bad? But sorry. It's like if you
There's
could
probably a playlist on
yeah,
Spotify that's called Hot Topic
it's
Rock.
hot topic rock. I'm sorry. That's what it is. Oh my gosh. Evan Madden says South Arcade, let's go.
Yeah, I love
Um,
them.
Hannah Smith says Alyssa Liu is literally bringing raccoon tail hair dye back. You guys, we have to do it. That's so funny. Raccoon tail hair dye. I had a friend in high school, Hannah. We used to drive together to school, and she was kind of like broho, but like in the best way. You know how we all had that friend that was like a broho, but like we loved like they weren't like bad broho. They were like everything good about the culture. They just loved off road vehicles, going to Glamis, big guys with big trucks and lifted trucks. But she had the hair that was jet black on top and then the whole bottom was bleach blonde and nobody rocked it like her. It was so cool. I remember thinking like I wish I could pull that off. But yeah, she was the best. Okay, Ronnie, that's what it is. Ronnie says it's actually called new metal. And I think
New
Limp
Metal.
Bizkit is also like included in all that. Like, because when I grew up, it was like I would run home from the school bus, catch Carson Daly, TRL Top 10 Countdown. It would be like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or Korn or Limp Bizkit or Christina Aguilera on the top charts. Also like TLC and also Beyonce. Actually, that would have been like Destiny's Child's Day or Destiny's Child's Days. But yeah, okay, so we're getting new metal. That's what we're calling it, new metal, which
New
I've heard
Metal.
this. I've heard this before.
I never
Alejandro
know the
says,
genres.
I never know the genre. And then Alejandro says, no, no, it's called happy punk. And I actually do think that's kind of what I consider it, happy punk. Like, I would say, like, even Yellow Card or like the starting line, I would consider those like happy punk, honestly. Evan says pop
There's
punk for sure. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it. There's one that I like a lot. It's called Starset, and for some reason, all their lyrics are
Somerset.
about space and like traveling through like the stars or
Very
whatever.
David
But
Bowie.
yeah, but their songs are like really good, and the rhythm, I feel like I enjoy it a lot. It's a little bit
Yeah.
like nostalgic and like sentimental, but also like pretty cool riffs in their songs. So
Oh, that's fun. Okay, and it's called Somerset?
no, Starset.
Starset. Okay. Oh, wow. They're leaning
Mhm.
into it in the name, too. I love it. Okay.
Yeah,
Eric Ortega says, "Big Taking Back Sunday fan here." Eric, me too. Eric, remind me, are you from Mexico, or remind me where you're from?
Columbia, I
You
think.
Colombia. Okay. Because there's certain emo bands that really made it far. Like Eric, were you also into the Mars Volta? Because I was obsessed with the Mars Volta, and I feel like they were huge in Latin America, and South America. Ronnie says Korn had the best videos, and I agree. Their music videos were so good. Yeah. All right, Jose, give us a little update on where you're at and kind of what we've got going on.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out this one. But for some reason, the bolt right here is not matching the vibe that I was going for with the sketch. So I'm just trying to like balance it out in a way that it makes sense. But I'm going through the second sketch or the third one just to be able to, see if it's working or not. And then I'm going to be able to go, maybe I'll go into this one
Oh yeah, and we could
or,
also start pairing type as well.
yeah.
Um, I'm this one's fun. I wonder if Jose, if you just like basically move it in, like make it more of a divider. So like moving the top eyeball up so that there's more room to tuck the bolts like in between the eyeballs.
Hmm.
Maybe that would like help kind of like consolidate things.
And then like maybe bring
And just
this
bring the whole
corner
thing down. Basically bring the whole thing down, not even just the arrow, just like the whole bolt. Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah. Maybe like more like that. And you could probably even bring it down even further and move, space out the eyes to the left and the top a bit more.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 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 Like that. And then I wonder, like, how can we riff on this? This is one of those ones where it's like the negative space playing with, like, it's like, how do you make it look intentional? Because right now the eyeball almost looks like it's in X-ray. The one on the diamond looks amazing. It's like, I wonder if we do like a thick line outline so that the pupil can be filled on all of them.
So the outer
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe it gets a super thick fill. Yeah, and then those get like a fill. Yeah. It's always, yeah, figuring out like your inverse logo of like whatever you're making is always like the hardest part. I
Hmm.
feel like
Yeah, this is the design process, just like being able to iterate like 500 times on the same
500
outline
times. We only have one
until
hour,
you
but
can't.
usually this takes like 5 hours with 2 hour breaks in between. Ooh,
Hmm.
Jose. Okay, you've got me thinking. Option drag one of
Okay.
these down. Not to be total hovering art director, but option drag one of these down. Okay, and then what if there is a circle behind each of the three that aren't on the diamond, so that so it doesn't look like an outline. So that would just go all the way in the back. Kind of like, what would it be like? I'm trying to think of the logos where the BBC, the old BBC logo, had like
Oh
three
yeah.
circles, and or yeah, it's squares, but it's like the letters go into a shape, and it kind of adds some interest. So it's like maybe the eyes go on like a little circle.
Hmm. I see what you mean. Okay. I need to move this to the top layer and then turn this into a white fill.
Boom.
Like that. Okay, and then maybe I need to space out this a little bit more so I can
Ronnie
fit in there.
Ronnie Digital says it looks like an angry bird. That's really funny. That's really funny. But Ronnie, you mean it in the best way, right? It looks like an angry bird in the best way is what I think you meant to say. That's so funny. Nina, sir, what's up? Nina, no, we've still got 30 more minutes. We're going to keep working on this. We've got like 4 icons done. We're finally getting the eyes to a place. Oh, that's the CBS eye. Oh, that's funny. But I think let's keep going because they don't own that shape. I don't think they own it. And let's duplicate it and see if it still works. Because
And if
I
they
like
do, we
that.
don't care. Just kidding. CBS, don't sue us, please.
Just kidding. We love you, CBS. We don't love your primetime television, but we love you. Um, it's so funny. I don't know what it is about a CBS like primetime show, but you can just tell. Like if you saw it on Netflix, you're like, this show was on CBS. Like there's just something a little bit cheesy about it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so funny. I'm trying to, okay, we'll probably, if we keep riffing, it's like there's something to that, but I don't know what, and maybe we
Hmm.
can figure out like, yeah, maybe we can figure out in the end, but there's something there.
Yeah. Should I move it
I
to the
like,
side and then try
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the other
we'll
ones?
just, I like your outline one. Yeah, maybe we try another one.
You want me to try this one, or we could try one with type?
Let's try top left.
Okay, top
I like
left.
the globe idea. It's like coming at you live from the US to anywhere that you are.
Yeah, there's
And the,
always a globe in whatever like broadcast television logo. Like
yes,
there's always one.
yes. That's the beauty of YouTube is you can get us anywhere. You can stream us anywhere. So the goal for all of this, all of these graphics that we're making is we want to do like a fun animated show intro to all of our streams. So like I said, this is called the Pressure Design Hour or the Procrastination Design Hour. Chat, which do you like? Do we like Procrastination Design Hour or Peer Pressure Design Hour? I wish I could do a poll. I wonder if I can do a poll. Let me, I can do a poll. Here we go. I'm going to do it. Okay,
Oh,
which
nice.
name do you prefer? Okay, everybody hold please. Procrastination Design Hour. It's long, but it's good. Or Peer Pressure Design Hour. Okay, please vote if you would.
I'll give them a preview of the fonts that I was using so they can choose more wisely. So procrastination can work, but it's definitely a bit more tricky, I feel like. You can't break it into two words like peer pressure. I feel like you can do peer pressure as a big title and then design hour as a descriptor. But with procrastination design hour, it gets a little bit more complicated. Maybe you break it into like pro and then procrastination on the second line, but with the risk of like affecting the legibility. But yeah, quick
Okay,
peek
yeah.
here at the fonts that I was picking, just in case that helps.
No, that's super helpful. So the voting is in. I started a new poll because I'm so sorry, everyone. I was very confused. But basically, we got 6 votes, and it was 100% 6-0 procrastination designer.
Whoa. Okay.
So we're gonna have to make it work. We're gonna have to make it
We'll have
work.
to make it work. Thank you guys.
The people have spoken. Jose, it doesn't matter if this is like, but this is what's so fun. This is why when we used to teach a class at Laguna College of Art and Design, we taught seniors how to present their work and how to basically make a portfolio that would help them get hired after design school. And one of our projects in class was for them to actually find a real client project because when you go to school and you have like your in-school projects, they're amazing. They teach you so much, but until you have a client giving you feedback that
Hmm.
you have to incorporate, you're presenting options to them that they get a say in. It completely changes the creative process, whether you're a designer, a photographer, a motion designer, whatever. And so we made them get some sort of real world experience client because when I'm hiring, whether it's subcontractors or for the studio, I like to see someone who's worked on a real world, real life project and had to wrangle the ideas of stakeholders, whether that's one client, whether it's a big corporate client with lots of people, nothing is better than that. So honestly, I have no idea where I was going with this. I have no idea, but real, oh, no, I lost it. If anyone thinks they know where I was going with that, let me know. Oh, um, Andrew Gillen, what's up, man? It's been a minute. Good to see you here. He says, I can watch you guys all day. Fun and educational. We love to hear that. But yeah, basically, I want to treat this stream just like I would treat a client project. Like, eventually, I think it would be really fun to ask some of our smaller clients. Let's say we do a project for a smaller client. It's for a rate that's much lower than we would normally do. But we say, can we design it live on the air? Because I love sharing our process here on stream. Because it really just, first of all, it's helpful for young creatives, like, just getting started in the industry. Maybe they don't have a lot of experience. Maybe they don't have the funds to get to school. And I think it's so nice to be able to say like, hey, we have all this free content where we share our knowledge and everything we know and everything we don't know over on YouTube. Like, I think that's just so awesome. But also, like, it'd be so fun to actually get to do client work on here and actually like incorporate like real changes from clients and show like that side of the creative process, not just the making things look good, but actually getting things approved. So I think it'd be really fun to present this to certain clients if their budget was smaller. Is like, hey, we'll do it, but we're going to do it live on this live stream and we're going to share our process. I think that'd be so cool. Oh yeah, Carly Blair. Thank you, Carly Blair. You made me figure. Okay. So Carly said the reason that I was mentioning that about like clients and like how like being able to wrangle client feedback and work it in a beautiful way is so important. And that's because the chat is our stakeholders. They are our stakeholders and they are our clients giving us feedback that we have to incorporate. So we have to figure out how to make Procrastination Design Hour work is what I'm saying. Marcus says, let me animate this, please. He says, THX movie intro animation feel. I love that idea. When you go to the movies and that like, ew, boom.
Yeah, like the synth soundtrack.
The THX sound, nothing hits like that, man. Nothing hits like that. It's so good. Nina says, stream of consciousness streaming. Every thought I start, every time my mouth opens, I just pray I know where I'm going by the end of my thought. It's like I get so off track. Jose knows. Jose's been in a meeting with me before. Oh my gosh.
You never know what you're going to get.
You just don't know where you're going to land. Richard says, sorry I am late to Procrastination Design Hour. Richard, you're stylishly late. And it's in the name. You procrastinated a little, but you got here. Let's see what else. But I think it would be fun to have Marcus maybe animate this. Maybe get one more friend in on this project. Ooh, Jose, I like how you're doing that eyeball. That's a fun riff. It's like, okay, so we all have that thing where we design something, we think it's beautiful, but then we immediately see another logo like we just did with the CBS logo. It's like, oh shoot, we just created the CBS logo. We've all been there. So it's like, then it's up to you to be like, how do I riff on this? I like this idea. How do I riff on this shape so it doesn't feel like it's too close to that, but I can still keep going with this idea?
Yeah, what do you think of the shape right now?
I like that outer shape, that kind of like the way it kind of like pinches. I think that's really unique. That's really fun.
Okay.
I like it. You could option drag and like keep playing with it. It's also interesting how you kind of have like maybe the globe ovals get less rectangular, more circular. I don't know, on one of them, just so that it follows kind of like the shape of the bottom lid of the eye. Maybe not. Gotcha. Maybe so.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe it could be resting on the top side of the eye.
Yeah,
I don't know how that will look.
Like, I like what you're doing because, like, yeah, maybe the whole thing exactly so that it looks like it's looking up. That's kind of cool. That's another way to make this feel more unique. Andrew Gillen says, basketball court vibes. Go Lakers. That's right, baby. Go Lakers. Go Lakers. I'm scared. Andrew, are you scared? I'm scared and also excited for tonight. Like, LeBron, it's just, what a blessing to watch him this season. It's been so fun. I feel like I was never a huge LeBron person because I grew up when it was like Kobe or LeBron. Like, and I was a big Kobe fan. So it felt like you kind of had to pick your superstar. And of course he played for Cleveland at the time. So like, I wasn't a fan, you know, but it's like, then he came to the Lakers and I was like, this is amazing. But like this year, I'm like a true LeBron fan, Oh, we have some nice feedback for you, Jose. Carla says in the chat, Mount Yonder Fly Fishing says, this is working out so nicely, Jose.
Thank you.
They're loving it. Yeah.
We're still exploring, but I like where this is going.
Yeah.
It's vibey.
I do. I like that. That eye is really cool. There's something cool there.
Maybe it is a little too complicated. I don't know. There's something about like the smaller shapes on the inside that is not...
I totally agree. I wonder if that oval that you just had selected, what if we delete that and we just do another straight line instead?
Like
yeah.
that?
But yeah, then it's like still too much friction in between. Like there's little white spaces. Yeah. I don't know. We'd have to figure out how to make it work, but it could still work. I just don't know how. Maybe you just do go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it's working here on the sketch because the line is more thin than it is in the vector. So maybe I can make it a little bit more thinner, but I also like the thick line.
I love the thick line, especially because it's going to get used small, and I think it'd be so fun to make merch and like t-shirts, and I just imagine like a big thick like logo. I think that would be so cool.
Right.
I wonder if Maybe the pupil just gets much smaller. Like maybe the pupil doesn't touch the sides. Like maybe it, yeah, yeah. Why is this? Remember that logo, the Mayflower logo? Oh, what was it?
Mayflower logo.
It was like a shipping logo and it was so good. Shipping Mayflower logo. Let's see if we can see it. I bet it's been rebranded and I bet I'm going to be devastated. Yep, it's been rebranded. How dare they?
Oh
How
no.
dare they? No. Okay, everyone, I'm going to put this in the chat. Everyone go marvel at the logo that used to be Mayflower's logo. This is like yesterday I was sharing. Everyone look at this gorgeous logo that they ditched. So yesterday I took a picture of a book that I have. It has the old Yale University Press logo that Paul Rand did. And it's the most amazing logo. It's like all the letters are kind of racked and stacked on top of each other. And it's so awesome. And they redesigned it recently and got rid of it just for like basically like a typeset kind of mark, which is probably easier for a modern world. But I'm like, if someone comes to you with a piece of design history, which means a logo designed by Milton Glaser, Polisher, Paul Rand, any of that, you don't touch it. You just say, we're going to make this work and we're going to redesign the system around it. And yeah, it's just devastating that they let that go. If someone came to me, I would say, I'm so sorry, we can't touch it. We're keeping it exactly as is.
Yeah, I would do the same. I saw a logo that they rebranded recently back home. It was like a paint company, just like
Oh, what was
the
it? Do you
paint
remember the
buckets
name?
that you had. Yeah, I actually have it pulled up
I was gonna
here
say, is it
because
Sherwin-Williams? Because if they touch that logo, I will be so furious. The one that has the
no,
paint bucket pouring on the globe. It's
that
like
logo is
the
incredible. I love
poster
that
child
logo.
for like pollution, but at the same time, it's like so cool. Like I love it so much. Okay,
This
VP is this. Love it.
VP. This is the old logo, which I love, and this is the new one. Look how they
No,
butcher my boy.
no, my boy, not my boy.
Isn't that tragic? Like the whole
Oh,
like service
S
that you have going on here is
uh,
like so beautiful, and also the butterfly is
the
like so simple.
butterfly.
Yeah, and then it's
Oh,
like this shape right here. I don't know. It's not it. Not it. I don't
yeah.
know.
Oh man. Everyone, I'd love to ask you right now as we got 15 minutes left on our stream. I'd love to ask you if you're enjoying this, please give us a like, please give us a subscribe if you want to stay tuned for the next one. Next week, I meant to drop this at the top, but next week we are going to be joined for a very fun special, almost like a discussion or a panel, and we are going to have Katie Johnson, one of the co-owners of Good Type, who's also an incredible letterer. And she has made her first font, and she asked me and Maddox Schuler of Hood Fonts and Fort Foundry to critique her font live on the air, give her a font critique. And I think it's going to be a really fun and kind of like educational, like fun way to learn about type, what makes for a good font, how we market fonts. If you're interested in type design or you just like fonts, you just like design, you like creativity, literally, I think it will be a really fun discussion, and it's going to be kind of like panel style. So Katie will walk us through her font. She'll kind of tell us what she was going for. And then me and Maddox will like jump into the files and kind of give her tips and tricks, tell her what we love. And I don't know, I'm kind of hoping that Maddox is like a little bit bad cop and I can play good cop, and it can be really fun. And I can be like Paul Hollywood maybe, and he can be like Prue. And it'll just be really fun. So we're doing that next week. That one's going to be a really fun one. Definitely tune in. If you subscribe and turn on the notifications, it'll let you know when that one's coming. There's also a video like set up there, so you can also just hit notification on the video, which is fine too. What's up, Natasha? Good to see you. Oh, okay, Jose, we have a suggestion from Ronnie. Ronnie
Yeah.
says, I think it would look even nicer if you create the trapezoid shape on the outside, like in the sketch. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe a trapezoidal one. I still really like this one, but I like, you can't have too many iterations, so we could always try it.
Yeah. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
Let me
And
finish
maybe
the
what we
bolts.
can, yeah, once you finish the bolts here, maybe what we could do too, Jose, maybe we'd save the trapezoidal for offline. I feel like it's going to be harder than we think. And what if we get into
Mhm.
type pairings? I kind of want to see like the make or break it for me with when we work on logos or when we work on brand, you and I, for our projects and our daily work, is like pairing the icon with type. Like I think it was the Freitas sisters, Jenna and Kelly Freitas of A Good Pair, amazing design studio, check them out. They were showing off some icons and they were like, we loved the icon, but now we're trying to pair it with the text and we don't know if it's working. And that's
Mhm.
just so real. So I think it'd be fun to kind of like test out some type pairings here next.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I'm pretty much done with this one. I feel like
Cool.
the draft it's good enough for me to know what's wrong with it. I feel like
Yeah,
there's some, the bolts is not it doesn't have the vibe, but bolts are so difficult to make into a logo. Sometimes
you're so
if you
right.
make them too aggressive, it's like, okay, we need to make it less pointy, but then if you
Yeah,
make it less pointy, then you have like the straight shapes like this one that is not
yeah,
working that well. And
yeah,
then when you have straight shapes, like, do you put them on an angle? Do you put them straight going down or like horizontal? Like, there's so many decisions to make there, but I'll figure it out.
yeah.
Let's start pairing
I
the
think we just
type
need
then.
to let's pair the type because I think we were right. We need to marinate. We need to have a good sleep on the icons and look at them again tomorrow. I think nothing
Mhm.
fixes up and show. Honestly, still to the top one is my favorite. I love it so much. It's like you feel like you've seen it before, but I think once we pair it with our like little PDH like monogram, I think it's going to feel really special and cool. Like imagine on the old broadcast things, they used to have like, KPDH FM like on top of the little broadcast tower. So we could do a little badge with our PDH TV, So yeah.
Totally. All right. Well, I was pulling some fonts from Fort, and for the people who don't
Ooh,
know
shout
what
out to
Fort
Fort.
is basically an app that has all the Hoodzpah fonts and then Fort Foundry fonts, and then you can sync them with the click of a button. So it's really easy to manage. I feel like this is very comfortable to just like scroll and then find the vibe that you're looking for compared to other font managers. And I found a couple here, and they actually released one a couple of days ago, I think, on the secret layer, which is basically that section of the app that lets you have some of the fonts that maybe don't have all the weights, but they're ready to go for you to use in some of the projects. And I found this one. It's called Kodachrome, and
Ooh,
I feel like
Kodachrome.
it's good, right? I like the
Oh, it's
vibe of
so good,
this.
Jose. That's a new font that Fort just released. And the cool thing about the Fort app, which you explained to a T, so is that we can do early releases. So like I'm working on a new font. It's a script font called East Bay. They're working on this
Mhm.
Kodachrome. It's not quite done, but we can release it to the secret layer, early access only for like Fort subscribers, and people can test it. They can use it while we're kind of like working out like additional styles, additional weights. Like I have a feeling that they're going to add in italics, but it's not done yet. So, but yeah, Kodachrome, I just like saw it yesterday and was using it and I love
I know. Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh, how convenient. This is perfect for the
it.
stream.
How
So I had to put it in
convenient.
there. I also had Molfetta, which is the Jen's font that she released recently. And we
Yes.
have this one called Silverberg that also has that, the flare serifs, and it's geometrical. It's got that thickness that we're looking for that I think could work really well. So I don't know. I have a bunch of options to start pairing and see what works, but
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
start
love it.
with um, Kodachrome and see what that looks like.
And what I
I
really
guess
want
I
to
can.
do is eventually is also I want you to make us little awards, Jose, because I meant to do this at the top of the stream and I completely forgot. But eventually we're gonna have all of our segments sorted and this is gonna be a well-oiled machine. Everyone who's
Def-
tuning in now, you're in on it early. You get to see the nitty-gritty of us like figuring this whole YouTube show out. But eventually we've been taking screenshots of the chat because you guys are so funny. You guys are so funny and you have such great ideas. So we've been taking screenshots and basically we're giving out awards every week for funniest comment, like most helpful comment, most helpful resource, most interesting comment, whatever it is, most active in the chat. Like we're just trying to make this like really fun and interactive, and also just like highlight some of the best moments from the last stream. So we had some good one last stream. We'll have to do like a double awards next week, and kind of like thank both weeks in one show for
yeah, to
sure.
compensate. It's
Yeah,
like
to make
the
up
it's
for it.
like the chutzpah Dundies.
It's exactly the Dundies. And I told Jen, and she's totally game. I want to get awards made up for the end of the year. So, like, not only could you win this week, like, funniest comment, but at the end of the year, I'm going to keep a running Notion document of my favorite funny comments. And then we're going to give, like, official awards at the end of the year, the Procrastination Design Hour, or just Hoodzpah YouTube awards at the end of the year. And it's going to be so fun. Trophies if I can do it. And Jen was like, what about international? And I was like, okay, so then certificates. We'll do certificates.
Let us dream, Jen.
Jen, stop being practical. Natasha said, oh, also Natasha, there's a social media graphic coming with one of your Instagram comments because it made me laugh so hard. And anyway, we'll tag you. I'm really excited. I'm excited for you to see it, and you're hilarious, and we don't deserve you. What's up to Matt Ronan? Matt Ronan says, which one inspired the name? East Bay as in Oakland, Berkeley, or East Bay as in the 90s sports catalog? Matt, neither. This is so funny. So I love East Bay because it seems like it's Bay Area, but it's actually named after the street I used to live on in Newport. So Newport Beach, East Bay Boulevard, there's East Bay and West Bay. And East Bay is like the more casual end of the street, and then West Bay is like where all the mansions, McMansions on the beach. I'm gonna have to drop a TikTok with Allure because it's like really fun. And Ronnie says, I want a trophy, send it to the Netherlands. That's the problem. Ronnie is like shipping to I think the Netherlands is like $75. It's like insane right now. So anyway, Scandinative says, yes, Dundee's. And then Jill Darrow is saying, stop, this is looking so good. They're loving the font pairing.
Woohoo!
We have a good question. Rico7335 says, what is a good size pixel artboard to start logo ideas? Jose, I'm curious what you do. I have my ways, but what do you do?
That's a great question. I feel like I just do 1920 by 1080, and I just
150
start like,
dpi.
yeah, just doing stuff. I don't feel like, to me, it doesn't really matter. Like, as long as I don't scale them up too much, then I'll be fine, whatever the size of the artboard is.
I will say, like, depending on like what the client is, like, say the client predominantly lives online, like it's going to be web use only, I'll usually always start RGB 1920 by 1080, 150 DPI. And like Jose said, it really doesn't matter because I work everywhere except for on the artboard. Working on the artboard makes me stressed out and it feels too permanent. I like to work on the gray around, and I'll usually just turn my whole background white so everything looks like white space that I can design on. And then I'll kind of pull my best ideas from around the clutter from everywhere, and I'll pull those onto artboards. And then if you're working with a print client, you would obviously probably start something more like, 8.5 by 11, 300 DPI, CMYK, that kind of thing. That's the only thing I try to think about before I start, is because, it's like the blacks, you want to make sure you're using 100% K if it's CMYK. You want to do like, 6 zeros black for web, that kind of thing.
Right. If you are designing in Photoshop, because I know some people sketch logos in Photoshop, then you do have to be careful with the size of the artboard. That's my only caveat.
I will say, so we were working with Zevi on a project. Shout out to Zevi Bloke, who we've been collaborating with a lot. If we have like too much work and it's something that fits his style, we'll usually subcontract him, and it's been great. And he works so small, Jose. It blew my mind. I had never seen someone work smaller in my life. I started typing at just 12-point font, and it was like this big compared to his work. It was so funny. And the only thing is I don't like to work too small because then you can't, a lot of the effects don't work. So like if you want to round corners, you literally can't do it. It's too small for the program. So Zevi nearly broke the program. But anyway, he's next level. He does so many options. It's so fun to see his artboards. It's awesome. So Rico says, okay, so 1080 by 1920. Yeah, that's a good place to start if your client is mostly web-based. That's a good place to start. Lethal Uno says, hey y'all, just wanted to say go Lakers! Lakers in 5, LOL, yes! It's more like if we survive, Lakers in 7, but it's more like OKC in 5. I hate to say it. I am 100% pulling for the Lakers. I really want them to win. I think it would be the most amazing 30 for 30 episode if they won this series, like against all odds, and it's LeBron's 41 against a team of like the best players in their 20s in their prime. Like, I think it'd be amazing.
What's the chant for Oklahoma Thunder? I know they call their fandom Loud City, right? But
oh, do they? Gosh, I don't know. But one of my favorite like NBA gimmicks is light the beam for the Sacramento Kings. That is such a fun. So they have a huge button that like the players will just go and like press if they win the game, I think. And then in Sacramento or that area, like you can just see a big purple beam shooting up into the sky, and it's like the bat signal. That's epic.
You know which fandom is really cool too? I have a friend that is a fan of the Denver Broncos, and they have so many chants that they do while they watch the live video of the live stream of the game. They're like, I know that there's one where they're like about to throw the ball or something. They're like, they clap 2 times and they say "huh." It's like you
Love
want to
it.
do it, even if you're not a fan of the
Even
Broncos.
if you
You
don't,
just
if
want
you,
to do it.
yeah, it's group mentality, it's herd mentality. No, I love that.
Yep.
That's why soccer clubs are so fun. And I think we need more of that in basketball is like soccer club chants, songs, like the way that everyone in unison is like singing songs at like soccer matches. Like we need to bring that into the NBA. Like we need more of that.
Yes. I know that in Argentina, the fandom is crazy. They have so many
Really?
songs. They bring like marching bands to the games. It's
Love
like a
it.
complete different game.
Yeah, yeah. This is looking great. I'm really loving this, Jose. I could see this like on a t-shirt. I could see it as patches. Like I can see the vision.
I want to see it in black, but I'm too lazy to change it from green to black. I just want to sketch real quick and try new fonts.
Totally. And you know what we could do too, Jose, is like for the monogram, because I think it'd be really cool to have like, I liked your monograms that you were kind of like testing out. I think we could like explore into that further. But like,
Mhm.
so say it's like PT or PDH for the monogram. And then, but like, what if it's like P squared DH? Do you know what I mean? Like, because P times two.
Oh,
But
that's
it might
clever.
not,
I
it
like
might
that.
not look good, but it might look cool. It might be cool. You never know. So anyway, but I think we could also play with just PDH. Because I think we're going with Procrastination Design Hour now that I think about it. So
Oh, we
let's see.
are. That's true.
Oh, that's where it is. Okay, yes,
Mm.
the polling is in. 66% are saying Procrastination Design Hour. So I think we are gonna have to use a very narrow font.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we're here to please the chat, so it's all
We're
good.
our client has spoken.
Yes.
Okay, so we had a suggestion. Let's see, what did they say? Let's see what we got. Okay, Adigan says, I always double my artboard sizes. So 2160 by 3840. Export trust issues from back in the day brought me here. Yeah, no, I agree. I like to do like 150 dpi on like if I'm working in web, and then if I'm working in print, I'll always go 300. So that kind of auto doubles, the size, but I love that. Natasha said, yep, you're going to have to use an ultra condensed. I know, totally. That's fun.
Okay. I think
Maybe we can pick one more and then I think we're going to have to tap out. We got to get back to client work. It's so sad. I feel like we just started the Procrastination Design Hour. We've got so far, but we can always keep working on this offline.
mm-hmm. We'll make more progress and then maybe another stream for like finalizing the last
There it is.
details.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Matt Ronan says, light the beam. Oh, poor Sacramento. Not much beam lighting this year. I know. Gosh, it's been a rough season. It's so hard, like, being a fan because, like, you want to watch the games, but you feel so bad when you lose. And I know it's rich coming from a Lakers fan when generally every season, like, we're so lucky. Generally, we have, like, an above winning season. We win more than we lose every year. Like, it's very rare to have like a super bad season. But it's like I can't imagine rooting for, and I hate to call a team out, but like New Orleans Pelicans, like just every year consistently just like devastation after devastation. Like it's just crazy.
Mm.
Okay. Ronnie says, Ronnie has a really great note. He says, isn't there a shorter word for procrastinating? That's a really good note. Maybe we can do that offline, Jose. We can start kind of like ideating on if there's like something shorter. Oh, you know what also could make this fit, Jose? Now that you've done it like this made me think, what if we do a
Mhm.
circular badge and the procrastinating arcs around and then design hour can go in the middle? That
Oh,
could
good
be a
idea.
fix. And then it's like fits perfectly in a square, which is kind of nice.
I like that idea.
Kate Bachman said, wrong sport, but I married into a Jets family. Oof. Oof.
That
Rough.
is rough.
And Marcus says, whoa, stop it, because Marcus is down there. Marcus, are you rooting for the Pelicans? Tell me, are you rooting for the Pelicans? Tell me honestly. At least y'all have the Saints. Like, you guys had some great memories with the Saints. That's cool. Oh, Protask offered the ghosting design hour. So it's like ghosting work, ghosting our obligations, ghosting lunch in order to do a design session. That's kind of fun. There's something there. Yeah, I'm liking this. I think the arced thing could work, especially like I could also imagine it in a seal. Like I can totally visualize it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Ronan says, yeah, I think procrastination is kind of a mouthful. So maybe a shorter word would be good. So maybe we'll do like a thesaurus dive and we'll see if there's something that we can do instead of procrastination. Because even me trying to say it, I'm not going to lie, it's a mouthful.
Yeah,
All
it
right, so
is.
Jose, do you want to zoom out and kind of walk us through what we accomplished in this hour and a half? Like, you got a lot done. This is crazy how much
Yeah.
you got done.
So we got the first drafts for the three sketches that we had for the little eye, or four sketches, these four. So we got two for the tower, one for the eye that has a globe inside, and then this one that has a diamond and three eyes with the
Love
bolts.
it.
So I feel like those have a good vibe, but there's still some work to be done there for it to feel like it's weighing the way that we want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
this
and
it's not
just
balanced right now.
I agree, and also to DCBS it, like get
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff here that we can make work too. It's just we need a fresh pair of eyes to make
I think
it,
so.
into
We'll send
something
it to
that is.
Jen. We'll get Jen to art direct us a bit.
Jen will do her magic,
Yeah, Jen will work her
and
magic.
then we have a couple type arrangements here that I had. I feel like I like the left alignment here with the icon, but it feels a little empty on this side. So maybe it
Mm,
has to be,
we
um,
might need to
you
do a
know,
centered one. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, but I like the idea of having the left alignment. I feel like it works well with this one, and
yeah.
since the
This,
thickness is the same that we have in the icon, it kind of works really nice. So
yeah.
we'll see.
It'll be fun
And
too to
then
see like how that one, because that one's my favorite right now. It'll be fun to see how that one works in reverse as well. Like, do we do it in reverse? Do we always have it working on light backgrounds? Like, just planning out how that will live will be fun. But I'm liking where that one's going. Yeah,
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 well, this is what we got
cool.
today. We just need to work, some other iterations and kind of like make a decision on which one we're gonna keep, and then start pairing with other types to see how it works in an emblem and inside of a shape, and then what type of work we're gonna be using if we're gonna ditch procrastination and choose something else.
Totally. All right, we got our work cut out for us on the offline mode. We'll be in the Slack, I'm sure, trying to figure this out. We might throw it into the Fava Slack as well and get some feedback from our friends once we kind of get this a little closer. But yeah, I feel like we got so much done today with our chat as our art director and our clients. And Jose, you did phenomenal. Is this the first time you've ever done like designing live, like on
Live design,
air?
yeah, but I cheated a little bit. I got some sketches and some type pairing, so it
Oh
helped
man.
me.
Yeah, no, a good sketch is like you can do like that's just you're gonna serve you so well if you have like a good sketch that you can just kind of like trace over and just get started on for sure. Well,
Mhm.
okay, I think we got so much good stuff done. We hope you enjoyed the stream. We hope you learned something. We hope you laughed a little. Thank you so much for being such great coworkers. This is like such a fun way for us to just like connect with friends and just share our process and get something done. And we got something done today, and that's something to be said. So if you're enjoying the streams, give us a like on YouTube, give us a subscribe. It'll help us find our people, and it's free. It's free to do. And join us here next time. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have good type in the house. We're gonna have Foundry in the house. It's gonna be a lot of fun, like digging in type, digging into font making, what makes for good font, what makes for good letter forms. It's gonna be a blast. So definitely tune in next week, same time, 12 noon, 3 Eastern, and we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.